What up? How we doing today? How's your mom? How's everyone doing? Good? Great. Are you moisturized? I hope so. Anyway, on to today's topic. I've been floating around the internet, shall we say. I've been places I may or may not recommend you to go to in the future, just letting you know. But anyway, today I wanted to talk about being selfish. I've got so many thoughts on being selfish. But anyway, the main point of what I really want to talk about, besides being selfish. Nope, that's it. The big blue book says to be selfish. I'm being selfish. And I wanted to give you some steps in order to achieve this selfishness. Not like, it isn't the bad selfish. This is more or less for the self-healing kind of selfish, because there's levels to it. You may not be at the first step. You may not be at the second step. Maybe at the final step. I don't know. It's complete levels to this. Many levels. And I just wanted to help you out today. I had some time in the great month of September. Hello, my fellow Virgos. Anyway, I just want to talk about being selfish, how we can be selfish, how we can better ourselves by being selfish in these ways. The self-helping selfish. Let's get into it. But wait, hold on. First and foremost, this is a yap. If you don't want me to yap, then you should probably leave. Click off. Your time is important. So do what you gotta do. Anyway, let's truly get into it now. Big blue book. The first step for you to being selfish is realizing nothing matters. Well, nothing matters in the sense as long as you don't care about it. But if you care about it, then it matters. For instance, if you go out into the whole entire world, you are perceived a certain way. Should you care how you're perceived? That is the question. You probably shouldn't, because people are going to receive you any type of way. They're going to receive you and perceive you any type of way, regardless of whatever you do. So yeah. However, I'm a really touchy-feely kind of bitch. Lord have mercy. How do we go about that? Let me phrase that. The first step in order for you to actually do this is you got to lock in. Like right now, I am taking all of my resources now. That's a lie. I'm taking a good portion of my resources, 25% of my resources, right, to put towards my betterment. What greater goal and greater greatness in the world is there than to make myself be happy? I mean, you were one of the greatest good you were ever going to get in your whole entire life. You should probably take care of yourself, right? So if you focus on yourself, if you focus on everything that matters to you, regardless of what everything happens to your job and all that kind of stuff, that's not all you are. You're not a dad. You're not just a mom. You're not a whatever, an uncle, aunt, best-selling author, great person, right? You're human. And there are times when you actually gotta focus and lock in and actually perceive yourself to be better than what you think you are. It has to become a fact to you. Granted, if 2 years ago, or was it 3? I forget how long I've actually had this channel. Such and such years ago, so many times I was a young underdeveloped being. I think I was 26 at the time. Was I 26? I don't know. I don't know how old he was. That's a different me. I think I obliterated him a long time ago. Anyway, if I hadn't focused on myself, I wouldn't be where I am today. Kind of get amen. But that required me, in order for me to really embrace who I am, to enjoy myself, to even understand everything that makes me cringe. I can work on that. I can definitely work on that. Can you work on that? But it can be worked on. It can be improved upon. And I continue to move forward with grace, wondrous flow, and everything else that's good in between. But it took me to, hunker down, see who I am, embrace my flaws, and turn them into strengths. And a lot of self-reflection. Jesus, there was a lot of self-reflection. You may cry on this path, this way of being truly selfish to yourself, but it's all for the betterment. Which kind of leads me into my second point, which is take back your power. You have to do it. Now, I don't know how it is. That's really none of my business. No LLC. Granted, but it is becoming a liability, and you really don't need that. Trust me, you really don't. You don't want to become a liability to yourself and your whole entire future. Don't do that. In fact, I have 6 videos I still have to edit, but that's neither here nor there. Do as I say, not as I do. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm doing great. I have plenty of videos out there. I gotta do it. I practice what I preach. For instance, if life gives you lemons, right? What do? You may make lemonade. Sorry. I'm going to give life my Cash App. That's what I'm going to do every single time. Because you know what I want? Money. What else do I also want? More money and peace of mind, health, wealth, and my peoples around me, and big money stacks. Money bags. Stacks on stacks. Wow. Just thinking about that right there. But you really do need to take back your power. If you have not, and you're being a really fun little people pleaser, just going about your whole entire day, is it really going to serve you in the long run by you being just the wonderful person that you are, but also being a people pleaser? Hopefully you're not. But again, I ain't gonna judge. Wait, how did life get those lemons anyway? Like, it feels slightly illegal. Anyway, story, backstory, imposition, etc. I have no idea where your energy is. I really don't. I don't, but you really need to call it back in from wherever it may be. You'll feel better. You'll do better. We'll be better. Yeah? On to the third point, which is live in the moment. I know we plan for the future, but live in the moment. That's all you really can do when you're going through this whole entire processes of you becoming a better type of selfish. I mean, like, don't become a selfish booty hole, you know, but like, just have fun with it. Anyway, have fun. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy the time. Tip back your energy. Focus on yourself. Lock in and realize that nobody's watching you at all. Nobody is. Who's watching? No one's watching you besides the government, but like, no one's watching you at all. Feel free to continue as you, well, no, I don't want you to continue as you are, because here we are right now having this conversation about why you should be able to lock in, self-reflect, all the kind of stuff. So you don't become a people pleaser and this, that, and the third. So don't continue as you are, become better, and we'll do better. In fact, I need to delete some things out of my life, honestly. But anyway, yes, those are the steps you will need to take in order for you to become selfish, but not like selfish to the point where you're evil, but you know, just you're more self-aware, more in tune with yourself, really understanding that nobody's watching. Continue to improve, all that good stuff. I have other things to do. I'm gonna give you back your face and make another video, so on and so forth. Honestly, I'm about to just go ahead and twerk. That's pretty much it. I'm about to shake my hips and twerk. That's pretty much it. But like, do you? I'll give you back your face. Anyway, I'll talk to you later. Thanks for joining today. Anyway, later.